All right, here we go. Lesson 5. Now the warm-up for this lesson is on the back page. And what I want you to do is go ahead and take your pen or pencil and cross out this first section. We're not going to be worrying about that stuff right now. So cross out that first section, but we are going to do the second section. So pause the video now so that you can try that section. This covers the stuff from 3.4 and 3.3. Pause the video now, and when you unpause it, I'll show the answers. All right, so there are the answers there for the next section. Hopefully you paused the video and you didn't jump ahead and cheat. If you did not get those answers correct, you need to go back to your work, see if you can figure it out. If you can't figure it out, go back to lesson 4. Go back to lesson 4 and see if you can figure out what was going on in lesson 4. If you didn't do lesson 4, that's probably why you got stuck. All right, the main concept, operations on functions. So this is how we're going to be combining functions this time. Before we were doing composition of functions, putting one inside of another. Now we're going to do operations with functions other than that, like adding two functions, multiplying two functions, things like that. Okay, so we have f of x plus 2g of x. So we know what f of x is, we know what g of x is, we just need to substitute them in. So f of x is 2x squared minus 5x plus 3, and then plus 2 times g of x. Now, these parentheses here, super important. We need to be doing 2 times all of g of x. So 2 times 7 minus 3x. We better be doing that. Then, this is one way we can think of getting rid of these parentheses. If we don't have anything in front of f of x, there's an imaginary 1 here that we're really distributing into everything. Is that going to change anything? 1 times 2x squared, still 2x squared. 1 times negative 5x, still negative 5x. 1 times 3, still 3. So that's why it's okay to just drop those parentheses, because really we're distributing in that negative 1. Okay, on the other side, we actually have a number other than 1 to distribute in. We distribute in the 2, and so we get plus 14 minus 6x. And then our final step is to combine our like terms. So 2x squared minus 11x plus 17. That's all it is this section. We're doing operations with functions. So we multiplied this one by 2 and we added it to the other one. Let's go on to the next example. 3f of x minus g of x. Same idea. There's f of x minus g of x. There's 3 times f of x minus g of x. So 3, make sure we have our parentheses, so we're multiplying the entirety of f of x here, and then subtract g of x. Okay, let's distribute that 3 to each term there. And then over, so we get 6x squared, 3 times 2x squared. 3 times negative 5x gives us negative 15x, and 3 times 3 gives us 9. Now over here, we've got a negative 1 to distribute to each thing here. So we get minus 7 plus 3x. Now finally, we want to combine our like terms. So our 6x squared stays. We've got these two x terms, negative 15x and positive 3x. We get negative 12x. And then combine our constants, positive 9, negative 7 gives us positive 2. All right. Another example, f of x, g of x, no sign between them. Do you have any idea what is going on? Are they added? Are they subtracted? Are they composed? Is one inside of the other? Are they divided? No, none of those things. If there's no sign, they're being multiplied, just like this 2x right here. There's no sign right there in between it, but you know that that means 2 times x. Well, right here, when we have f of x, g of x, that means f of x times g of x. So let's write out f of x there in parentheses. Remembering these parentheses every time is going to save you guys if you do this. And then times g of x. Now, this is where we get into this whole FOIL thing. FOIL, bad idea, because FOIL doesn't work here. FOIL only works when you have 2 terms in each one. So for that reason, forget that word. Never use the word FOIL again. We're going to use distributing. Distributing. So what we do is we go in our first one and we find the first term and we distribute it to everything. So we distribute the x squared to the 2x. and we get 2x cubed. We distribute the x squared to the 5, and we get 5x squared. All right, now we move right along. Let's go to the 2x now, and we're going to distribute that. So we distribute the 2x times 2x, and we get 4x squared. We multiply the 2x by the 5, and we get 10x. Move right along. Now we take the negative 4 and we're going to distribute it. Negative 4 times 2x gives us negative 8x, and negative 4 times 5 gives us negative 20. Once again, now all we have to do is combine like terms. We have this 1 cubed term. We're going to combine these 2 squared terms, combine these 2 x terms, and then we just have a single constant term. So our final answer here, 2x cubed plus 9x squared plus 2x minus 20. So remember that. Never, ever, ever again, especially when you're around me, say the word FOIL. It's always distributing, because distributing is going to work on a problem like this. Distributing will work no matter how many terms are in each set of parentheses. We can distribute no matter what. FOIL is only going to work some of the time, so let's always use distributing. All right, let's go on. F of x squared. So what does that mean? That means x minus 5 squared. Okay, so big caution right here. Write this down. People always mess this up. You can't distribute the exponent. Distribute only works when we're multiplying things. When a number is being multiplied by parentheses. If this was 3 times x minus 5, you can distribute. Or if this was x minus 5 times 2 out here, if this was multiplied by 2, sure, go ahead and distribute all you want, but it's raised to a power of 2. It's squared. So we need to write this out. Squaring something means multiplying it by itself. So we write it out as x minus 5 times x minus 5. Now we distribute. So we take the x, we distribute it to the x to get x squared. We distribute it to the negative 5 to get minus 5x. Cool. We take the negative 5, we distribute it to x to get minus 5x. We distribute it to the minus 5 to get plus 25. We combine our like terms, and we get x squared minus 10x plus 25. Remember, you cannot distribute the exponent. You need to write it out and actually distribute everything out. Okay, now this one's a little tricky. F of x to the negative second power. So this means x minus 5 to the negative second power. So one of our rules of exponents, and you probably saw this at some point in Algebra 1. We'll get back to it in a little bit in Algebra 2. But for right now, we just need to know about negative. I need a door lock and have my keys. Sorry about that. We just need to learn about negative squared here. So when we have a negative exponent, if we want to make this into a positive exponent, we have to take everything that the negative exponent applies to and move it. If it's in the numerator, we move it to the denominator. If it's in the denominator, we move it to the numerator. So right now, this is like divided by 1. Divided by 1. Whenever we have something that's not a fraction, we can think of it as being divided by 1. So if we move all of this stuff to the denominator of that fraction, the power changes from negative to positive. Okay, so that's what we need to do when we have to deal with this negative exponent here. All right, now that we've got it down there, it should be fairly straightforward. We are just doing x minus 5 squared, which we did in the last example and got x squared minus 10x plus 25. Only now it stays down there in the denominator of this fraction. All right, I believe that is all of our notes now. Okay, so if you have any questions, make sure you come in and ask me. I'm here before and after school. Other than that, have a good day.